wanted just to take a moment and mention 4 things that we are working on together, Canada and Sweden, for Ukraine. Together, we contribute to the vital partnership fund for a resilient Ukraine. Together, we ensure that this multi-donor initiative delivers critical support to Ukraine's most war-affected communities on a vast range of issues. Together, we make sure that that fund prioritizes the protection and safe reintegration of children forcibly transferred and deported by Russia. The fund that we together are contributing to backs projects that rebuilds schools, restores health services, and delivers vital psychological support. Since the start of the full-scale invasion, over 1,700 children have been returned. That is not large enough as a number. That is just the start. Every child deserves safety, family, and hope. Let us commit together to supporting Ukraine's freedom, Ukraine's resilience, and above all, its children, its future. I look forward to our discussion. Merci, Diakyu, Tak. Thank you.
It truly is an honor to take part in this discussion on the Canada-Sweden Strategic Partnership and Action. Russia believed Ukraine would fall in a matter of days. They believed the West would not stand united. They believed Ukraine longed for a return to the Russian Empire. They were wrong on every single point. The Ukrainian people long only for one thing: freedom. Compared to last year, Sweden has doubled its civilian assistance to Ukraine, now over 840 million euro, or about 1.40 billion Canadian dollars. So you don't have to do the math. We've done it for you. With special focus on the energy sector. Today, I am also pleased to inform you that Sweden endorses the joint statement of the International Coalition for the Return of Ukrainians.
Canada and Sweden support is not just aid, it's a lifeline. The Shop Partnership Fund for Resilient Ukraine exemplifies how joint efforts deliver real impact on our people. As we observe Universal Children's Day, we are reminded that every child deserves to grow up in safety. Russia's war has violated this fundamental right through death, suffering, and the illegal deportation of Ukrainian children. As of today, 664 Ukrainian children have been killed by the Russian Federation. We commend Canada for co-leading the International Coalition for the Return of Ukrainian Children, and Her Majesty Queen Sylvia and Mrs. Fox-Carney for their leadership. Ukrainian children must return home, unconditionally and without delay. The key to Ukraine's victory lies in the unity of our society, our culture, identity, and citizenship. Values Russia seeks to destroy.
It's very interesting to me to hear the work that the Temerty Foundation does firsthand, because when we put those large numbers on the table in terms of billions of dollars, and we're always looking to do more, but every single day the work and the money and the support of the Temerty Foundation is doing incredibly meaningful work on the ground. So I just find it fascinating to now have a meeting of the minds, if you will, in a room like this, and I thought I would just ask you a little bit more about that work and the resilience you have seen on the ground through the work that you are doing at a grassroots level, and whether you have a preference for the type of aid that governments give.
I think we can all agree in this room, those of us that are familiar with Ukraine, that Ukraine's greatest asset is its people, and investing in them and giving them the tools that they need. And so we do that through education, for example. We believe that education provides the foundation for long-term strength and opportunity. We continue to support 3 of Ukraine's top universities, Kyiv-Mohyla Academy, Kyiv School of Economics, and Ukrainian Catholic University. These universities have been instrumental in educating the country's leaders and its future leaders. They're not only producing graduates with world-class skills, but also shaping ethical and innovative spirit in Ukraine's next generation. Humanitarian and economic support is equally critical. For the past 4 years, our focus has been on helping brave Ukrainians who have chosen to stay in Ukraine. Every initiative we believe that enables people to be able to stay in the country, work and thrive and build a prosperous future for themselves contributes to their communities. It strengthens the fabric of the nation itself. So without citizens staying, creating and leading, there will be no country to rebuild.
My question is to the Ukrainian Canadian Congress on the unlawful deportation and indoctrination of Ukrainian children truly is one of the most brutal violations of international law. And I'm wondering how the diaspora is mobilizing advocacy and resources to address this issue, and also from your perspective, not from politicians' perspective, what mechanisms you believe are most maybe efficient for ensuring accountability for these crimes committed by Russia in Ukraine.
We are grateful to the European Commission for endorsing and forming the special tribunal on the crime of aggression. It will only gain more legitimacy if more nations support it. Otherwise, it will be seen to be partisan. And what we really need is something like the Nuremberg trials that flowed from World War II. But I want to also add that the resilience that we feel here in Canada is due in large part to our government. When my parents came here after World War II, the community in Canada was ready to welcome them. And it was our turn to pay it forward. We knew that we would be welcoming hundreds of thousands of Ukrainians who were going to be seeking shelter wherever they could. So we worked with Minister Sean Fraser on the Canada-Ukraine authorization for emergency travel, which saw over 300,000 Ukrainians come to Canada. And for that, we are eternally grateful.
How can Sweden and Canada, how can we best support what you are working with and the reintegration and psychosocial recovery of these children and their families?
Curriculum project that is evidence-based, and it's for grades 9 plus. Actually, the project involves a lot of leading specialists in the field, including Dr. Stan Kutcher, who has developed this program and has tested it internationally. So we are working together to adapt it in order for Ukrainian children to have that resource in order to navigate through the complexities of mental health, and also fighting stigma on that front.
Policymakers will only do so much. A lot of the most needed work on the ground is happening by the civil community and the civil society. And I want to say thank you so much, a heartfelt thank you for your hard work on this, both here in Canada and in Ukraine, and let's make sure we give you the best of a setup to keep on doing that important work.
Thank you, Deputy Prime Minister, and thank you for being here and for your advocacy on behalf of your country. And indeed, thank you, Your Highnesses, for being here and for making this visit to Canada again. Thank you to Christina and Alexandra and Valerie for your work, your advocacy, your presence, and if I could just reiterate, it takes each and every one of us to undertake advocacy within our own spheres. We are all leaders on this file and so many others. We need to continue to double down and find that niche that allows us to extract the largest benefits and deliver those to ensure the freedom of Ukrainian people against Vladimir Putin's illegal war, period. Thank you so much. Дякую.